right? Now put it all together.
Alright folks, how you doing? Welcome back. So I've been organising my 4 auxiliary channels, and one concern that I had was the volume of overlap between the 4 of them, or even 1 or 2 of them with one another. But I don't really have that concern anymore, I can tell you, when I look at the works of David Icke. And it's very interesting in his particular case because he lives right here on the Isle of Wight, next to this southern part of England here, especially the southwest of England and Wales. And in a lot of his writings, I'm going through at the moment, the likes of the David Icke Guide to Global Conspiracy and Tales from the Time Loop, those two especially, but also Children of the Matrix, The Biggest Secret, and The Robots Rebellion. He's talking about the Mizraim, he's talking about ancient Egypt, and he's talking about reptilian genetics. And to my mind, it's almost like all of this area has seeped into his research, into his thought process, without it ever actually occurring to him that these myths are actually real, that these legends are applicable, and he's right next to it. He's right there. So it's almost like if somebody, plugged the sink and just left the tap on enough that it was dripping, and slowly the sink begins to fill. If I can use that analogy, it's maybe not a great analogy, but it's like a blocked sink with the faucet just gradually dripping, and it's like seeping into his brain, into his unconscious when he's writing these books. Because you talk about ancient Egypt and ancient pharaohs and reptilian genetics and all the rest of it. Well, Beaumont is saying it's right there. It's right in the southwest of England. It's right in Wales. The area that he identifies with the Garden of Eden, where mankind was destroyed by the serpent, through the legend of Adam and Eve, that reptilian genetics and knowledge and all. Well, get into it more when I get into the presentations. I can't just really explain it off the top of my head like this. You need to delve into it. But, it is explainable. But this is where you have to, look at multiple different authors, even authors who would disagree with each other, and you have to piece it all together like a great tapestry. That's the analogy I've always kind of went with. Now, if you have a look at the flag of Wales, so much for the subtle tactics, right? I mean, they're telling you right there, they've got a big dragon on their flag. And this area that Beaumont is arguing, is ancient Egypt, is Mizraim or the Midraim, as a people, the Egyptians, the Philistines. He's saying, look to the southwest of England, look to Wales. This is where you find them. And then David Icke's coming in with the reptilian angle. And what do we see on the flag? I mean, wow. This is why you have to look to multiple authors and have this broad perspective, because one author will pick up on something the other has completely missed, or it just never occurred to them. And this is how you weave this tapestry together. So I'm not worried anymore about the 4 channels being far too similar to one another, because Scribe of the Mizraim really puts the spotlight on David Icke. And like I say, he's living right next to this area and has done for years and years and years. He's not native to the Isle of Wight. He actually came from Leicester originally. Why are his writings so prevalently focused on this area, albeit doesn't even know it? Commons Beaumont knew it. David Icke has never realized it. And yet, like a slow drip, it's been getting into his writings and his knowledge level that he's broadcasting out there. And it takes somebody like me to come along and put it all together. So very interesting stuff. Thanks for watching.
You are a ball bag.